What makes a great pair of glasses? At Warby Parker, it's all the invisible extras without the extra cost. Their designer quality frames start at $95, including prescription lenses, plus scratch-resistant, smudge-resistant, and anti-reflective coatings, and UV protection, and free adjustments for life. To find your next pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contact lenses, or to find the Warby Parker store nearest you, head over to warbyparker.com. That's warbyparker.com.
My favorite thing about Shipt since I signed up for Target Circle 360? No price markups when I order same-day delivery from tons of local stores. Only a handful of alcohol retailers and items don't count. I won't lie, I've had too much fun being like, markups on groceries? Not in my fridge. Markups on pet food? Not for my DOG. Markups on tools, electronics, home goods, meds? Not in my house. Anyway, it's awesome. Order now at shipt.com/360. Terms apply.
Hey guys, this is Myleik and this is the podcast. I know the podcast world these days is obsessed with evergreen content. You know, it's not even just the podcast world. It's all of the spaces of content. We love evergreen content. Everything's supposed to live forever, be relevant in every season, polished and detached from time. But if you've been on this train for any amount of time, you already know I live for a seasonal podcast. One of my favorites is the one that we kicked off the year with. It was the replay from my New York City Live podcast. Go listen to that if you haven't. But I live for a seasonal podcast. I like to speak from where I am, where we are. And if you are listening to this at summer's kickoff, if you will, it is July 1st. It is the midpoint of the year, the true midpoint of the year. And I have been summering in a way that I'm not sure I ever have in my life. And so I've been thinking about some things and I got one of those rare minutes to myself. And so I want to talk to you, not in a way that induces any amount of pressure or even makes you feel like you want to chase anything. Okay. This is just a place of reflection, a take what you need kind of moment about what I'm seeing and what you might start to pay attention to should you decide. Seasons matter. I don't care what anybody says. We feel different in our bodies at different times of the year, and summer is special. It brings about those beautiful bursts of energy. It's often a season of motivation, a time to connect, to produce, and to celebrate. But here's what I've been sitting with lately. We talk so much about finding joy and chasing joy. I've been seeing that online, like it's out there waiting for us at the end of a long project or after we've survived another or multiple hard seasons. And while that might make sense on the surface, I want to offer something different today. Joy and pleasure are not rewards as much as they are fuel. This is something I'm sharing a lot in my work, and they're not the treat you give yourself after you've proven your worth. They're the gas you need to keep your dreams alive. And so if you are experiencing guilt or you were worried or you were concerned, what might happen if I have fun? Let me tell you, joy and fun are going to expand your capacity. When you are in a state of joy or pleasure, your nervous system can relax. And guess what happens from that relaxed state? You can be more creative. You might be more open to thinking about some things differently. You can be more connected to yourself and to others when your nervous system can relax. You can handle more, not because you're going to push through, but because you took the time to fill up. I want you to consider filling up this summer. Pleasure can remind your body that you're safe. When we delay joy, we reinforce the idea that the world is unsafe or we are unsafe until we achieve, and that you have to earn your own aliveness. And that's really sort of my compass or North Star when I'm thinking about joy, pleasure, play, fun. What makes me feel more alive, even if it's just by 2%? And sometimes I'm really into micro movement these days, not even these days, but just micro movement of if I'm going to do something really small, like what is a simple pleasure? What's going to bring me 2% more joy before 8 a.m.? And then I'm doing it. And it might be, a bit more ice in my coffee, which means I might water it down, which means I might get another one halfway through, which might feel wasteful. But guess what? 2% more joy. And that's what I'm doing today. Okay. And so instead of you being a master of doing this summer, I'd like you to consider becoming a student of delight. Now, listen, I get it. There are plenty of reasons why joy, play, pleasure might feel hard for you, but this isn't about doing tons of things, even though I do have a massive idea list that I'm going to share on this podcast. This is just, it's permission, right? It is permission to do all, some, or a few of these things. Now, let's build a little practice together. I created a podcast summer punch card for you. Write down a few in your notes. Write down, a few by hand. And this is going to be a guide to check off small moments of joy. And when you do, please tag me because I want to see you living it. Something I love about the Do, See, Eat, Drink Substack that I write with my partner is that it is a regular joy invitation. Everywhere we go, we build an itinerary with something to do, see, eat, and drink, and it varies every time. And so I am inviting you to do the same. This is your summer punch card, your summer do, see, eat, drink with me. And so I want you to consider when you do, move your body, use your hands, try something new. What can I do, my leak? Quick list. Take a class. Ceramics, watercolor. I'm obsessed with watercolor now. Ceramics, watercolor, screen printing, bookbinding, cooking, candle making. They still offer all of these non-AI things that you could be doing to really just get your body and your mind moving. Try a one-day dance workshop. Learn how to DJ or mix vinyl. Go on a wildflower hike. Go to the botanical garden. Take an improv class, which is great for getting out of your head. I put my oldest in some improv acting, theater. And my gosh, I texted his dad and I said, I'm starting to regret this theater camp because what is happening in this improv that he's been doing, coming home with just volume. There is a volume to his expression. There is a stance, a stature, a confidence in his words. And I'm like, you know what? We all might need some theater camp this summer because my guy is out here. And so maybe try that. Learn to make some perfumes or incense. Try calligraphy. That's on my list. Go to a sound bath event. Volunteer because joy can come from serving too. C, I want you to reclaim your curiosity through beauty. I'm sure I mentioned this on a past podcast that one of my favorite books that was actually recommended to me by Julia from our wine podcast, Julia Coney. It's called Your Brain on Art. It is magnificent, but go find free public art. That is one of my partner's favorite things to do is to find free public art. You can find it on whatever your city or town's website is. Go find it, go see it, take pictures, tag me, visit a museum or even a gallery. Go to a drag brunch and watch joy in motion. Visit a sculpture garden or a historic home. Watch a sunset or a sunrise. Go to an artist talk at a museum, which I have just found fascinating. walk through a beautiful neighborhood, or tour a home just for fun. I still do that. Eat. I want you to savor something on purpose. Try a new cuisine. If you've never had Japanese, Ethiopian, try something. Eat at the bar solo. I've talked about that for years. Order your dessert first. Go for the tasting menu or sit at the chef's table. Something I love about getting a tasting menu is it pushes me outside of my comfort zone in a way that feels okay. It really kind of lets me know that, okay, maybe I haven't heard of this. Maybe this isn't my favorite. Maybe I thought I didn't like this, because we find that things can be prepared different, right? Like, oh my God, I don't know. I didn't think I liked beets, but I'm like, oh my God, this beet is delicious. And I feel like what that does is inspires, encourages, whatever word we want to use to get you to think about something you may have given up on differently. Like, I just can't do this, or I did it and I don't like it. And then you go and you have a tasting menu and you're like, maybe I need to prepare this differently. Okay. Host a theme potluck. I love those. Buy the fancy cheese. Have a long, civilized lunch just because. Drink. I want you to sip with intention and not from a space of urgency or even necessity, because I know we are all trying to get our hydration and our water in. But what might it be like for you to sip with intention? Find the best mocktail or cocktail in your city. Try a tea tasting or tea ceremony. You can go out for this, or you can try this at home. Visit a winery, brewery, a coffee roaster, and learn about the craft. Try something new. Maybe you have a kombucha flight, or maybe you try natural wine. Go to a bar with live jazz. Maybe you can host a bring your favorite bottle night at your house. Wake up early and drink something slow on the porch or on the deck or in your car or on your stoop, wherever. Just sip with intention. These are small ways to invite joy into your life to make your day 2%, 20%, or even 100% better. And I want us to collect our micro wins this summer on our summer punch card. There are two more other concepts that I've been thinking about that I want to share quickly. And the first, I just keep hearing emotional weather in my head. You're feeling good, grounded, light, and then here comes somebody with that cold, distant, or just plain confusing behavior. And this is for the punch card, and this is just what we are off of this particular summer. We are off of the questioning of ourselves, the shrinking, the apologizing, the walking on eggshells, because we are not freezing in anyone's weather this summer. We are not freezing in anyone's emotional weather this summer, because when we freeze, we are not doing anything. We are not moving. We are stuck, And this could be a person, a place, a thing, whatever it is. We're not doing that. We are staying warm, even when someone else, the job, the place, the group, the people that are, maybe it's the friend group, whatever it is that is not staying warm, we are, okay? We are not freezing because you're cold. We are having a summer. And I'm not letting anybody's internal climate throw me off. Now, the other concept that has also been swirling in my head has been this idea of a slow summer. And when I say slow, I don't mean doing less. I mean doing what matters with more care. I mean doing what matters with more presence and intention. And I feel like if you've listened to me for a long time, and if you start at the beginning of my podcast, there is a pathway and a plan to get to it, because that is important too. And I want to be crystal clear. Having a sense of urgency has really helped me to just have what I built. Like, it helped me build what I have. And so when I say slow summer, or when I'm talking about, if you have been following the arc of my podcast, which is the arc of my life, I do believe in having a sense of urgency, and I have worked on things lately, and I have seen, I'm like, I see why we may not be where we want to be, because there is a way to get where you want to go, and you have to learn how to switch gears in life. We are not, you move from first gear to second gear. I barely learned how to drive a stick. Okay. But you move from first gear to second gear, second to third, and all of these things. And you have to learn how to shift up and down. And so because I ran at such a, I moved quickly, I had a sense of urgency, I moved on things. I was strategically trying to outmove others, and did, But when I zoom out and I really started to look at it, some of the more impactful things that I did in my life were done slowly. And so I'm not saying that we are completely getting rid of our sense of urgency where it matters when we're trying to do something, but I am inviting us to look closely at some of the things that blossomed more deliberately, things that maybe had space to breathe, something that maybe we didn't tap back to constantly, but it was able to grow because we did leave it alone. Now, lately, I have been experimenting with slowing down on purpose. And the results have been astounding, if I do say so myself. I feel like I am seeing 5 to 10x returns, not just in outcomes, but also how I feel while slowing down. And here's the thing. Some of the stuff that I'm trying, you guys, I didn't even think I was rushing before. I just started choosing to take my time, to stay with things a little longer. And Myleik, what is it? What have you done? So I'll give you one example. I know how to do my own hair. I know how to wash it, condition it, blow dry it, flat iron it if I want to. And I usually just do that and pull it back in the times when I'm not getting my hair done. And I used to always just rush through that, and it was always bad. It was always bad because I didn't think that slowing down would make it any better. But I was like, let me apply all this stuff that I'm saying. Let me try this on myself. And lo and behold, took my time, washed my hair, scalp better, slowed down just in the shampooing process, slowed down in the blow drying process. Get this, turn down the heat and slowed down. And now I have a much better blow dry. And guess what happens? Now I'm just building on this foundation, a strong foundation. And now when I go to flat iron my hair, guess what? It actually is not that hard to do. It looks better and it lasts longer. And so I want to invite you to consider a couple things this summer. What could you do more slowly for greater, more sustainable results this summer? What deserves a little more space or just a little bit more room to breathe? What might shift if you let go of the rush just for this season? Let's just say just for this month, and trust it that slow doesn't mean stalling. Maybe this is the summer you stop speeding toward this version of your life or who you think you should be or where you think you should be, and just start living it today. Now, I feel like I have to tell y'all this because if you've visited my website, you see that I have no offerings. My private coaching books will be back open in just a few weeks, mid-July, for my fall sessions. If you've been thinking about working with me, now's a good time to get your mind right and your name on the list. Go to my website, myleik.com, sign up to get my emails, or simply email me and tell me that you're ready to work. That's hey, HEY at myleik.com. Now, if you try anything from the punch card, I mean anything, please tag me at myleik on the social. Send me a note. I love seeing your joy in action. Let this be the summer you remember, not for what you achieved, but what you felt and how alive you felt. And maybe you just write, what % more alive did I feel this summer? Now, if this episode resonated with you, take a second to like it, subscribe it, follow wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you want to share it with one of the homies, I like that too. Until next time, choose play, pleasure, fun, joy on purpose. And don't forget, we not freezing in nobody's emotional weather this summer. We outside. It's warm. Stay warm. Bye, guys.